Is an Israel strike on Iran rather imminent? News coming in right now that Israeli media is saying that an attack on Iran is up next. Israel may target Iranian oil facilities, and Iran President House may be on Israel's next target. Those are the updates coming in right now in the ongoing conflict between Israel and Lebanon. Iran also getting roped in. Is in Israel target Khamenei residence. That is what we are getting to know right now. Israel may also target headquarters of Revolutionary Guards. Dangerous new phase on Israel war likely. Let me quickly go across to my colleague Ashraf Wani, who's joining me live from Lebanon at the moment. Clearly, Ashraf, there is an escalation and Israel will not stop. News coming in now that certain areas in Israel will, by Israel will now be targeted in Iran.
Absolutely. During last 24 hours, we have seen how the Israel has intensified its attacks, not only in the Gaza, but also in the Lebanon. Beirut suburbs were attacked during last 12 hours, and now we are getting the inputs that Israel is preparing for the big strike against Iran. Because last time when Israel was hit by the Iranian missiles, on that day, the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, said that they are going to hit hard Israel. It is the sources are saying in the Israel that Israeli defensive forces are preparing for a big strike against Iran. It may be within a few hours, as the oil facilities as well as the presidential palace of the Iran is on the radar of Israel. Actually, 7th October is the first anniversary of the history's biggest attack on Israel, when on 7th of October 2023, more than 1,150 Israelis, including their soldiers, were killed and more than 250 were made hostage by the Hamas, which was backed by Iran, and since then always being backed by the Iran, not only the Hamas but also the Hezbollah, which is fighting the with Israel on the behest of the Iran. So that is clear that on the first anniversary, Israel wants us to give a message that they are capable enough to defend their country and defend their citizens. That is what the Prime Minister of Israel is saying. But it will be very interesting to see that already Iran has warned Israel that if they are going to attack Iran, there will be very tough response from the Iran itself. So if this happens, it is clearly indication that this war is going to escalate and maybe probably the beginning of Third World War. Because if Israel attacks Iran, other superpowers like Russia and China will not be calm. Also, we are seeing some kind of inside rivalry in the European countries too, because the French Prime Minister has criticized the attacks on the Palestine, particularly on the Lebanon since last 12 hours. And now he has been also warned and criticized by the Benjamin Netanyahu. So it seems that the world is divided on the Israeli actions in the Gulf, but so far the America is clearly behind the Israel. So it makes this war very tough and escalating all across the region, and maybe the other parts of the world can get affected with this ongoing war here in Lebanon.
Thanks, Ashraf, but stay with us because we continue to get more updates on this story. Now, what India Today is getting to know is that top Iranian general is missing after the latest set of Israeli strikes. Iranian media, in fact, reporting that Quds Force General Ismail Qani is now untraceable. Iranian general was with Nasrallah's successor, is what is being reported at the moment. Top Iranian general dead in Israel strike. That is the big question right now. Remember, the successor is also not traceable yet. Certain reports suggesting that he is dead. And now another big blow in this particular set of latest developments. Now an Iranian top general has gone missing. Let me go back to Ashraf for more on this. Ashraf, if the top Iranian general is also not to be found, how big a blow then is it to Iran, and what kind of retaliation can then be expected?
Yes, we are also getting that kind of reports from people here, particularly from the sources that Iranian general was here in Beirut when the successor of Hassan Nasrallah, Hashim Saifuddin, was targeted in the suburb of the Beirut. On that day, we also got confirmation that the medicos as well as the Red Cross was not allowed to proceed to that house where the Saifuddin was targeted, and finally he was taken to some disclosed destination that is not yet clear where he was taken. And Hezbollah only sources confirmed to India today that he has got critically injured in that strike. And probably, as we have seen, that Islamic Revolutionary Guard, which is behind the Hezbollah, their commanders and generals are often seen here in the Beirut and in the Lebanon. Probably there may be the chance that the Qudus force general, IRG general, might have been here in the Beirut, but it is not yet confirmed from the Hezbollah or from any other agency here in the Lebanon that whether he has been targeted in that strike, whether what are his whereabouts. But it is true that during last 3 days, particularly after the intensive bombing and airstrikes by the Israel, particularly in the south suburbs of the Beirut, where I am currently standing, there is some kind of fear among the Hezbollah fighters. They have avoided their communications, they have avoided their security grid, what they were always keeping in the south suburb. Basically, when they go for any kind of rescue mission, the Israeli warplanes start attacking again that area because they have the grip and eye on each and every movement of Lebanon, particularly the south suburb, which is the stronghold of Hezbollah. So to avoid that kind of strike, these Hezbollah managers, or we can say fighters, are avoiding to be in the south suburb. That I have witnessed today when there was bombing, at least 35 airstrikes in the south suburb, but there was not so much visible presence of the Hezbollah people as much we have seen during last 9 and 10 days here in the Beirut.
Okay, Ashraf. Thank you so much for bringing us all those details.